22. And how in the hell did you try to take this Bible and use it for everybody? You stupid as hell. You dumb as hell. This Bible is what's going to condemn you. Because this is the book of the Israelites. You should have destroyed this book, you dumb so-called white people. Instead of going around and trying to use the Bible is the book that's going to destroy your world.
Excuse me, everyone, I have a brief announcement to make. Jesus was black, Ronald Reagan was the devil, and the government is lying about 9/11. Thank you for your time, and good night.
Shalom, Ak. Shalom, Ak. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatum.
No one knows because they tried to keep it on the low from all my folks because they phone, so I'ma kill them with the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't see clearly. The smoke, they'd rather see us on that troll. Locked up, they're buried in a hole. Ain't wanna see us grow because they can't go toe to toe. But I can feel it in my soul, they gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop our glow, but they cannot achieve. I can feel it in my soul, they gon' be reaping what they sow.
Hey, who shall be smalls? If we don't get them, they gon' get us all. And I'll be damned if I just sit back while my people fall. There is no contestant when we all in this together. So let's come together now so we can end this shit forever. I don't wanna go to school, I'd rather read up on my enemies and study all the methods used to kill my people mentally. Sex, money, and drugs is destroying our identity. And this ain't nothing new, this shit been going on for centuries. Instead of fighting for rights, we should have been fighting for our land. Now we fighting for the man, they'll go right into their plan. And I'm sick of this, it's ridiculous how the government is such hypocrites. They make the laws, then break the laws. How serious should I take the laws? My blood, homie, I take the laws. This family first, worst come to worst, and I die for mine. Me and my niggas, we charged up like Alkaline. We strapped up like Columbine. When it's wartime, I'm on the front line. Facts life, I'm acting like I was born again, it's the afterlife.
No one knows because they tried to keep it on the low from all my folks because they phone, so I'ma kill them with the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't see clearly through the smoke. They'd rather see us on that troll. Locked up, they're buried in a hole. Ain't wanna see us grow because they can't go toe to toe. But I can feel it in my soul, they gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop our glow, but they cannot achieve their goal. So I can feel it in my soul, they gon' be reaping what they sow. Check it, get your life right, cause this the last call. Christ coming back and he's gonna judge us all. It can happen while you shopping, walk around the mall. Where you from, where you at, Babylon will fall. Lose your head by the sword or obey his laws. You hear them drum beats, we in the it's the war, but it's a holy one. I speak the holy tongue. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatum. I got the most high power, I ain't need a gun. I'll be out here repping till his kingdom come. His bread's for the children, you can't get a crumb. Yeah, they hear me, they ain't feeling where I'm coming from. But la-di-da-di, fuck everybody from the Catholic Church to Illuminati. Christ coming back, now the Anunnaki trying to warn the people, but they tried to knock me. What you thought that I wasn't gonna throw my voice in? Fuck all of y'all, white Jesus poison. No one knows because they tried to keep it on the low from all my folks because they phone, so I'ma kill them with the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't see clearly through the smoke. They'd rather see us on that troll. Locked up, they're buried in a hole. Ain't wanna see us grow because they can't go toe to toe. But I can feel it in my soul, they gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop our glow, but they cannot achieve their goal. So I can feel it in my soul, they gon' be reaping what they sow. No one knows because they tried to keep it on the low from all my folks because they phone, so I'ma kill them with the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't see clearly through the smoke. They'd rather see us on that troll. Locked up, they're buried in a hole. Ain't wanna see us grow because they can't go toe to toe. But I can feel it in my soul, they gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop our glow, but they cannot achieve their goal. So I can feel it in my soul, they gon' be reaping what they sow.
Ow!
You're having that dream where you made the white people riot, weren't you?
But I was telling the truth.
How many times have I told you you better not even dream about telling white folk the truth? You understand me? Shoot. Making white people riot. You better learn how to lie like me. I'm gonna find me a white man and lie to him right now.
No sweat. No sweat. No sweat. That's light work. No sweat. I got a bunch of soldiers I can go get. They think they doing something, they ain't no threat. And I ain't fell victim to you hoes yet. No sweat. No sweat. They try still be running through they whole set. They think they doing something, they ain't no threat. And I ain't fell victim to you hoes yet. I ain't top 40 or nothing, but I can do that. To make a single is no biggie, not even 2-pack. My tracks beat so hard, leave a nigga blue black. And when it flood, had them young bloods like how you do that. I'm old school, straight out the city like I'm a new jack. And I was raised in these streets, now where was you at? See, I'm the type of boss that walk in like where the loot at. And you the type of sucker that real niggas will shoot at. Enough about me and you, cause we know what the difference is. Y'all talk too much, like compound sentences. I'm about to murk this beat, hope I don't leave no witnesses. When we slide through, it's real niggas on the premises. You think you done seen it all, but this is just the genesis. Say you wanna run it, you better lace up your tennis. Ain't about how you begin it, nigga, it's how you finish it. We put in that work, and now it's time to reap the benefits. That's light work, no sweat. I got a bunch of soldiers I can go get. They think they doing something, they ain't no threat. And I ain't fell victim to you hoes yet. No sweat, no sweat. They try still be running through they whole set. They think they doing something, they ain't no threat. And I ain't fell victim to you hoes yet. My job is being the man, I'm still doing it. Now watch me eat these beats alive, not even chewing it. Gave these young niggas the game and then they ruined it. You might as well sit your ass down until I'm through it. I remember beatboxing and freestyling with Super Jit. That nigga caught 15 years over some stupid shit. We used to dream about this rap thing becoming lucrative, but now my whole aim has changed. I'm chasing rulership. My dogs came to bring the pain, but we not Wu-Tang. We walk in, we shut shit down. That's how we do things. These rap niggas lie. We come to give you that true game. And all my rhymes based on a true story like 2 Chainz. Hotter than blue flames. We ain't cooling down though. Headed to the top. We started off at the ground floor. Y'all niggas brown nose like y'all on the down low. Game over. What you clowns still hanging around for? That's light work. No sweat. I got a bunch of soldiers I can go get. They think they doing something, they ain't no threat. And I ain't fell victim to you hoes yet. No sweat, no sweat. They try still be running through they whole set. They think they doing something, they ain't no threat. And I ain't fell victim to you hoes yet. No sweat, no sweat, no sweat. No sweat. No sweat. No sweat.
West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Getting dividends, or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nobody a domino. So what you sucker trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas is popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one West rising to prominent. Cause I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got group eyes for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by black Impalas, let the sin holler. A showstopper, been a stopper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat on, none of them can get to the fire. But ran with me, and I had them niggas spin like a tire. Down the deep, and I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because UP. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
They say faith without works is dead, nigga. And if you ain't putting in no work, you scared, nigga. It's a new breed of black man in this earth. And we ain't putting up with your bullshit no more.
Niggas dying and don't see none of y'all in these streets. Mama's crying, going to funerals every weekend. When you speak, you wanna say forgive your enemies? Please. Don't talk to me about peace. Niggas locked up with no voice to help them get free. Then they pop up and try to sell a nigga that same dream. The truth is, they don't give a damn about you or me. So please, don't talk to me about peace. It's time to show and prove. We hear you huffing and puffing, talking and bargaining. Nigga, show me what your ass can do. You say you got the truth, so when our kids was getting murdered in the streets, nigga, tell me where the hell were you? Hear crickets in the room. Yeah, I know. You can care less only if it benefits you. When I tell you what you do, pack your shit up and move. Out of time you lose, cause real niggas coming through. Instead of worrying about our people getting slaughtered, these niggas crying cause they can't get a motherfucking answer. And by the way, our people in Flint, they need a water, but you playing like me speaking no English from across the border. But I gotta keep it real. Shout out to Millie for real, cause he helped another brother and a sister live. No more closed eyes, no more ducking high, no more yo this guy praises to the most high. Niggas dying and don't see none of y'all in these streets. Mama's crying, going to funerals every weekend. When you speak, you wanna say forgive your enemies? Please. Don't talk to me about peace. Niggas locked up with no voice to help them get free. Then they pop up and try to sell a nigga that same dream. The truth is, they don't give a damn about you or me. So please, don't talk to me about it. In a court of law, it ain't about what you know, it's what you can prove. You ain't got no evidence, you lose. These crackers got rules, make you put your hands on the Bible, you swear to tell the truth. They trying to ban you, don't get it confused. In a court of law, you can cut your dreads and wear a nice suit, they still gon' label you a goon. You stuck with 12 jury, one judge, and half a chance of making it out that room. They trying to ban you, I thought you knew, nigga. But everything ain't what it seems, cause the judge, prosecutor, and PD against you. They all tag team. They try to make you take the plea and make you serve 10, 20 life without parole. Back in slavery. So separation is the key. Let's separate from the crackers that hate us and need niggas that let them infiltrate us. Weak ass, sweet ass. Talk when the cracker tell your ass to line and don't see none of y'all in these streets. Mama's crying, going to funerals every weekend. When you speak, you wanna say forgive your enemies? Please, don't talk to me about peace. Niggas locked up with no voice to help them get free. Then they pop up and try to sell a nigga that same dream. The truth is, they don't give a damn about you or me. So please, don't talk to me about it. And I ain't trying to be like Punk Dog. I'm picking up what Punk left off, so hit him up, cause I'm coming for all y'all. Fuck Jada Pinkett, fuck Will Smith, fuck White Jesus for you Christian ass niggas. And I ain't forget still, fuck all you rapping fans. Apologize for the truth? No, never will. You looking at a UPK priest, they tell it like it is. Niggas think they got freedom in America, and they don't realize they freedom in America. That red, white, and blue flag supposed to represent your freedom. To that red, white, and blue badge, arrest you for no fucking reason. National Association, advancement of colored people. Yeah, more like the other people. You put your trust in that fake ass Barack Obama, but join the real brotherhood with General Young. Niggas dying and don't see none of y'all in these streets. Mama's crying, going to funerals every week, and when you speak, you wanna say forgive your enemies? Please, don't talk to me about peace. Niggas locked up with no voice to help them get free. Then they pop up and try to sell a nigga that same dream. The truth is, they don't give a damn about you or me. So please, don't talk to me about peace.
Hey, what they do, dawg? What they do, bro? You know what time it is, man. You know what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a takeover, dog. You know what I'm saying? Mr. 249, nigga, I ain't talking about the time, dog. Yeah!
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
I'm from a place where they don't deliver pizza and won't deliver my people, even if they call them FEMA. A place where black women say they don't need you, where everybody broke and selling dope, the only way to feed them. Shit is food bar, fucked up beyond all recognition. Crackers hiding 2 million niggas in prison. Now move your ass over, cause I'm coming hard like Captain Mashak Garment at the 49th pass over. They already know, don't piss me off and make me grab Captain Tazaria and load him up with 17 shots of Captain Captazar and bust every round and make them connect like high-speed Wi-Fi. So don't call that motherfucking line radio. Run west. This ain't what you want, breakfast club ass niggas. We ain't seeing y'all and don't give a damn if it's all three of y'all. And I ain't really a social media nigga. I'm more of a 3D up front, say it in your face, nigga. And every man ain't a faggot, and every faggot ain't no fucking man. Yeah, you heard what the fuck I said. My speech is rude, man up or move. You can't pick and choose who you come out of a con to. In this school, you will follow the rules, no excuse, and give a brother his respect that is due. I see a church sign, I cross that shit out and let them know for sure that UPK was fucking ill. I've been through it all, back against the wall, died and came back, so it ain't a man that I fucking feel. They say the truth will set you free, so when I tell you the truth, I'm making you free. With this speech, Isaiah 49 and 23, get on your knees and kiss the boots of the kings and the priests. Truth and lies so mixed, that's like trying to put 2 men together and expect for them to have a kid. A Jew lies with the ish, so when you put the words together, all you is Jewish. I came to peep out your world, this is a nice place. Then he says it ain't for sale, just for showcase. My apologies, devil, you must mistake. I didn't come to ask, bitch, I came to take. Yeah! Who's the power? Y'all better shoot your shot the power. Who's the power? Y'all better shoot your shot the power. Who do we feel? The power we feel. Who do we feel? The power we feel. Who's your king? Y'all shout. Who's your king? Y'all shout. What's your name? Israel.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. Shalom, Lord in Christ. You get kick this off now. We're gonna get started. We okay. We on it. Okay, so Yahweh by Shimi Hawa Shai Barakatah to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alatam by Shimi Hawa Shai to all the sisters. Shalom, sis. I see you in there. I was able to send it out to some, so we may have some people joining us. So we to walk with that. Okay, we are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street under Commanding General Yohana. I am Precinct Officer 50, Akashka, here in the Bahamas. We got a lot of people to raise up, and we got a lot of things to do. We got a lot of work ahead of us. It's wide open. Okay, so that's a lot of opportunities. today our topic is Mother's Day. Well, of course, it is Mother's Day. And here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we always talk about current, relevant events. So if it's that day, we're going to talk about it on that day. Yes. So I want to talk about it on this day. And but before I get into my topic, if you have any questions, just go ahead and open up your mic and ask your question. And so before I get into my actual topic, I want to talk a little bit. As the farmer, one of the farmers in Israel, I want to keep the focus on some aspect of growing our own food. And I want to encourage everybody to get into the practice of growing their own foods. Now, bear in mind and understand this. I'm not saying at all that you're going to be saving money. That's not what I'm saying. Okay? Because you will find out that you may not start out saving money as you get started in your growing project. Over time, you may, but unless you get to a certain size, you're not in it for commercial. You're in it for the relaxation that you can get. You're in it that you're going to be producing your own food in small quantities, and you could increase that. That's what you're going to get. You're going to start putting your hands in the soil, and that's going to be a whole new different experience if you haven't done it. And if you have done it and have moved away for a while, you'll find out going back to the soil, you will get some benefits from that. Okay? It's even walking on the soil bare feet gives you, now that's what someone said. That's not been proven. Okay? I mean, not by me anyway. So I'm just saying that. Now, truly, on the farm, I don't advocate walking around bare feet. Mainly because I have animals, and you could have bacteria, you could have all kind of parasites. I heard a story where a parasite could get into somebody and affect them. It could kill them. So I always advocate people wearing tennis, proper shoes. I even discourage people wearing slippers for the same reason. And maybe just a walk through, and if people walk through, then I try and keep them in a common area. And but if they're going to be walking through, working where the animals may be, moving around and where the animals live, it may be better that they have on clothes and shoes, a proper attire. But like I say, if they're just going to be walking and doing like a tour, it may be okay. But mainly that you need to watch out for that. But again, I am encouraging each person to try and get into growing, get into planting, if you have a yard space, select a small area and get into planting something that you can say you actually brought from a seed, or even buy the seedling from the store. Buy the small plant, put it in the ground, water it, care for it. If you have to buy soil, then make sure you buy a soil with some nutrients in it. If you are using your soil that's currently in your yard, you must augment the soil with some sort of nutrients, some manure or some sort of fertilizer, because the mere fact that you're not doing this means that your soil may not be rich enough in nutrients to produce a good crop. And like I'm saying, don't get into a whole lot of stuff that may discourage you. Whatever you plant, just don't plant one. Okay, let's just say if you want a tomato plant, my suggestion is you buy 3 tomato plants and you plant the 3 of them, with the expectation that maybe one plant may die, but at the end of the day you will end up with a plant, maybe 2 might die. But never just get one plant when you're going to be talking about planting things that you want to eat, especially that. And remember what I said it last time, select what you want to plant. You don't want to plant one cabbage, even though cabbage, even after you cut the cabbage, it reproduces more cabbages. But you want to plant something that's going to produce maybe more fruit on that particular, or more vegetable on that particular plant, such as a tomato, such as bell peppers. You know, some other things you're gonna have to plant in larger quantities to make it really worth your while. Because if you plant a broccoli, a cauliflower, a cabbage, those things, I mean, even after you cut them, they will reproduce. So they're not that bad, but they will reproduce after you cut them. So again, that's my little tip on agriculture. So I want to get into talk a little bit about Mother's Day. All right. Now, where does the whole Mother's Day thing come from? 250 BC. It was a pagan holiday. It was a pagan celebration by the Mother of Gods. And I did a quick research today just to get some background information to just figure out how to get into our contemporary time. And so even after the inception, and you know, all of the our current holidays, unless it is sanctioned by the UPK, is going to be a pagan origin. And this is no different. This is a pagan origin. So even though the pagan origin was of celebrating the mothers of gods, right? Of gods. That's where it started up, 250 BC. BC meaning this is years before Christ even came on the scene. This how long. So this is the issue with these type of things. They come around so long prior to, even before Christ walked the earth. A lot of these pagan customs came around from the pagans. You know, they did all of these celebrations. And what happens is over time, they just rebrand it, put a new face on it, and then we end up doing the same things that they were doing 250 years before Christ came on the scene. And Christ was, he tried to put a stop to them by having the apostles follow the laws that was in place, even which at the time, the majority of the leaders were not trying to teach the people to follow the laws. And that's where we find ourselves even right now. We're doing the same thing again. The leaders are not teaching the people to follow the laws. Okay. How did we lose the covenant? How did we lose our way? Because we didn't keep the laws? But bear in mind, this is the same thing that we are not teaching our people to follow right now. The same thing would cause us to lose our way is what we seem to be indulging in. Right? Not keeping the laws, precepts, and commandments, as the Lord had said that we should. Now, why is it an issue with this Mother's Day? I know your mothers would like to have your day, and you would like for people to appreciate you, and you would like for your children, for your friends, for everybody to appreciate you for one day. But that in itself is a dangerous thing. And I know you may not think about it. Okay, so I'm going to help you to think about it. I want to take you. I'm going to tell you. I know you, even as a novice Christian, you will know the scriptures where the 10 Commandments, right? The 10 Commandments, which God says, love the Lord, your God with all your heart, soul, and might, right? And then it goes on and says, and have no other God before me. Now, you may take it as a light thing. All right. You may take it as a light thing. You might say, but that's not really having another God before Yahweh. But what you think the people in times past, which God had said that they were not keeping the covenant, what you think they were doing? What heinous things you think that they were doing? You think it was some really, really nasty things that they were doing? I said, you know. They was just doing simple things like that. So laugh here. Just trying to find me a scripture here. Now, because I want to read the scripture, right? I want to go to Exodus 20. Now, so in Exodus 20, I want to read this. And I'm gonna jump back right on the Mother's Day. And not just the Mother's Day, you know. A lot of the holidays are put in place to sidetrack you. A lot of the holidays are put in place. Our current holidays is to take up your time, to distract you from the overall plan of God. All right. Now, God spake, and God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord. This is Exodus chapter 20, starting from the first verse. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. That's what he said. That's bang. Have no other gods before me. How do you have another God before him? How is that done? How would you say you have another God before him? Think about your life right now. Tell me, what do you do in worship? Realistically, what do you do? How do you worship right now? What do you do in worship right now? Right? Anything, think about it. You probably do not go get into any heavy worshiping. Do you go and every night you would kneel down, you would get into a posture and you would pray and you would scream out to the Lord? Or do you just worship by your everyday life? What do you do? Do you say a prayer every once in a while? You know? You see, what happens is, this scripture which says, thou shalt have no other God before me. No other gods. This is with an S. He said, don't have no other gods before me. So don't have nothing. No act of any kind of worship should be funneled to anyone else other than Yahweh. Okay? And if you start doing that, you put yourself back in the same position where the people who lost the covenant was or is, and trying to find their way back. And because over time this thing has become so, these people are so subtle that so many things are put in place to throw you off of your stride. The enemy, you see, you don't only have demonic forces which may be giving you some indication of what you can do. But remember now, you fighting the battle within yourself even before any other force will try to influence you. Your heart is deceitfully wicked. Let's see if I can find that. Okay, so okay, I'll put it up right this second. It's a lock here for that. But I'll just paraphrase it, you know. Your heart must be right. Your heart cannot be wicked toward the Lord. But there's so many things that distract us, and so it causes us not to be able to have Yahweh as the highest thing in our lives. Because the issue is, there's just so many other things distracting us. The enemy would bring things to us from a spiritual perspective. Think about this. That you have to deal with yourself. You got to deal with the enemy. In this day and time, think about how the enemy is. The enemy, just like how, I don't know if you have a smartphone. The enemy just almost. Okay. I don't know if this ever happened to you, but it has happened to me. I would be in conversation about an item, about something, whether it's a training, whether it's an item, whether it's a product, and for some reason I'm in the air shot of my phone, And lo and behold, what ad pops up on the phone when I open it up? Bam. The same thing that I said. Okay, I didn't think it. I was probably having a conversation about it somehow. So, what I'm saying is, and I mean just like that, right? But that's just an illustration. But the thing is, as you verbalize things, you make it known to the enemy. Those are the things that is going to probably derail you if you don't be careful, because they're going to come. Now, obviously, you have things that come that you don't have to mention. And I said, you maybe a lot of the other things happen to you, you may not recognize them, but the things that could affect you most are the things that you would remember and think about in any time of crisis. Okay, so you have to keep your mind and your heart clear. Talking all about trying to make sure that we don't put any other God before Yahweh. If you put yourself as a God before Yahweh, you're worshiping another God. This is why we here at ISUPK, we do not celebrate birthdays. We refuse to try and put ourselves above Yahweh or in line with Yahweh, or to share the worship or glory of Yahweh with someone else, even with ourselves. Now, you probably know how birthdays came about and if you think about it, birthdays is a day where you now become, whether you call it a god or king, that's your day. You're the king of that day. So that day's supposed to be your day. Everybody's supposed to think about it. Everybody's supposed to come and kneel before you in bringing you a gift, right? Now, this day has changed a little bit, but the whole gift idea and the whole day that this day is my day, and then whatever I want to do on this day, and guess what? None of these days belong to you. None of them. And we lose our way believing that we are more important than we are. We lose our way. So we don't seek God. So now, let me tell you, let's go to Deuteronomy. Because this celebrating yourself, setting up yourself to be celebrated, is a dangerous thing. Okay? It's a dangerous thing. But the other thing is, nobody really takes it serious. Nobody really takes it serious. Okay? Because what happens is, you don't take it serious because everybody's doing it, or the majority of people has already turned their backs on God, Yahweh, and they're doing things their own way. They sort out their own things that they're going to do. And so this is where we find ourselves right now. We find ourselves right here. And I'm going to say it. Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 28. Because whenever we put ourselves equal, and that's what you're doing. You may not recognize it because nobody taught you, but this is what you're doing. When you celebrate things that the Lord has told you not to celebrate, you actually come up against Him. If your husband tells you, a wife, because the husband is the head of the wife. If the husband says to you, okay, honey, please don't do that. Do whatever that is, he's telling you, don't do that. If you go and do that, you come up against his authority. Now, whatever the issue is, whether it was justified or not, all I'm saying is, if you do it, that's what you do. Now, maybe you wanted to appeal the judgment or the request or the command, whatever you could accept it as, or if you wanted to appeal it, there may be a difference. But if you just go and come up against it, you just go and do the opposite, that's what happens. Okay, so when you celebrate things that the Lord has not honored, and then you don't celebrate the things that he expects you to celebrate, what happens? You have been swayed so much because of your own mind and because of the selfishness that you want to be worshipped. That's what happens. Okay, You don't see God in it anymore. And yet you would be one of the same persons who would say, oh, I have a personal relationship with God, you know. But the truth is, do you? Most of the times, people don't. There are exceptions in every general rule. You can find maybe a few people who really have a relationship with God, but the majority of you guys, you don't even know Him. You don't even keep the laws that He asks you to keep. Okay? So, this is how serious this is. And it shall come to pass, Deuteronomy chapter 28. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, and do all His commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all the nations on the earth. Right? Let's see if 27 have what I want. Deuteronomy 27 and chapter 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day, and it shall be on the day when ye shall pass over Jordan. So lack here. It's not the exact verse I want. But in 28, this is telling you to keep the commandments. And one of the commandments surely is what I read earlier. Okay, from the Exodus chapter 20. And that's it. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 3. This is a very serious commandment that the Lord gave us. And let me tell you, because it was in Exodus and now you consider that you're inside the New Testament, that has not changed. I want you to realize that. That has not changed. So please don't say that it has. It has not changed. And if it has changed, you show me where it has changed. If you think it has. But it has not changed. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. And I'm saying that the celebrations which you celebrate to God only is for Him only. If you start having the same sort of celebrations, especially those ones which are not celebrated in the scriptures, then you do a disservice to your own self. Okay? Somebody asked me, well, we were in a discussion with a person, and I was trying to make them understand this principle, that when you follow God's commandment, there's a benefit in it. You may not see there's a benefit by God saying not to eat certain foods, and you don't eat it. You don't see a benefit in it. You only can see a benefit if the doctor tell you, oh, if you don't eat this, then you will live. That's the benefit you see. But you don't see the benefit that God tells you not to eat it and then you shouldn't eat it. You don't see that benefit. The only benefit you see is some benefit that a man could tell you. The man may tell you, okay, but you eat this thing, man. In particular, we're talking in particular about the swine. And it seems like anytime I talk to people about about clean foods, that swine is a serious thing. That's a serious thing. People must eat that swine, no matter how you show them that the scriptures condemn eating of the swine. They don't care. They have to eat that swine in all different forms. They love it. Okay? And they don't see that those are the same things that cause them not to be strengthened spiritually. And that's why they're being punched by every demon that passed them. They don't have no kind of protection up. Any demon passed them, punch them right in the face. All right? They end up doing all sorts of unseemly stuff because they don't have the spiritual power to resist. And they don't realize what is happening. What is happening is your spiritual power comes from obedience. Obedience to God. And guess what? Your spiritual power only comes that way. As you be obedient. And you, even in your obedience, you build up confidence too, you know. You build up confidence in your obedience. So when you know you're being obedient to God, you get more confidence in what you're going to do and what you're going to say. How you're going to act. It builds up confidence, all right? So thou shalt have no other gods before me. And if you have other gods, you're going to weaken yourself. If you do not follow the commandments, you're going to weaken yourself. And then you see even you may not know that you're weakening yourself, but you find out, like I say, every spirit that passes you bombards you. The demons that you're fighting with, they tearing up your skin. I'm saying they tearing up your skin because you can't hold your mouth if somebody says something about that you should not even respond to. You can't even hold your mouth. Okay? And that's one of the simple things. So if you can't hold your mouth, you can't refrain from, you can't not eat certain things. You're being swayed by your company, your friends. You know, you've been influenced by them. You're not strong. You're saying you have a relationship with God, but you're a spiritual weakling. You're not able to do anything for the Lord. The only thing you could do is run your mouth. But the truth is, when it comes to something spiritual, there's no power in you. And this comes from this type of thing. It comes from celebrating. It comes from not following the scriptures. It comes from not obeying God. So when you doing a celebration, that's what happens. We can go soon. And we can go back to Deuteronomy 28 because it actually tells you a lot of stuff that actually affects you. But you don't think about it. You don't think about breaking the commandment is as serious as it actually is. You believe it's okay to break any commandment. You believe it's okay to do whatever you want. But remember this, when you do whatever you want, you're going to be a spiritual weakling. You can't stand to the little, if I just use a metaphor, the weakest demon that's passing by you, he have your spirit under control because you've not strengthened your spirit at all. And so whatever that demon try to force or try to suggest that you do, you end up doing it. You have no power to resist. Okay, let me tell you what happens. Let me tell you what happens in the negative. We can jump to the 15th verse in Deuteronomy 28. We can go to the 15th because we're talking about when you celebrate these things, as you celebrating these things, because you have celebrated these things and you will continue to celebrate these things, this is what's going to be your outcome. This is what's going to befall you. This is what's going to happen. You're going to die. Yes, you will die. If you don't find your way out of your sins, you will die therein. That's the scripture. Now, but it shall come to pass, Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, then all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. That's what the scripture is saying, right? The curses is going to come upon you, not only come upon you, but overtake you. So, as the scriptures come upon you and overtake you, that means they can get the better part of you. That means because you're not following, you're not doing keeping the commandments, you're a spiritual weakling. The weakest, what you might consider to be the weakest demon to pass you, and punch you in your face, and you can't do anything about it from a spiritual perspective. You get into all kind of unnecessary talks because there's no power in you. All right. Now, what can happen? You see, I can find some personal curses that's going to happen. You'll be cursed in the city. If you don't understand that part, this is like a nation. This is like a nation result that you could see. You may not have seen it prior to this, but look at it after this time. Curse shall thou be. All right, in the city, we go to the cities around the world, and go to the ghettos in those cities. Who are you gonna find there? I can tell you now who you're gonna find in the ghettos in these cities all around the world. The 12 tribes of Israel. Yep. Now, There may be exceptions. We always say the exceptions to every general rule. But by the most part of it, that's what you're going to find there. Okay? So, I jump down to the 18th. Cursed should be the fruit of thy womb, of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, and the increase of thy kind, and the flock of thy sheep. This is telling you, not following the, let me try and put it a different way. This agreement that we agreed to do, our ancestors, our forefathers agreed, and they are us. Okay, we are them and they are us, because if you know how DNA works, you get 50% DNA from your father. You get DNA from your father and your mother, right? And also, not just that, you get a certain gene that passed from the first band. You get the same gene that passed straight down. Okay. Now, whatever that gene is, setting is the Y gene or something like Y chromosome. Don't hold me to it. But I've not done too much of deep gene search and all the biology for a very long time. But I do know that they're able to trace the masculine gene and the feminine gene all the way back. So this is how the curse also follows you. It's follow you in your genes. Okay? So the curse follow you in the genes. Now, so the fruit can be cursed, the land can be cursed. As a farmer, let me tell you, that's a side now, okay? where we farm is on lands where there is 1/4 inch, a 1/4 inch. I said it, 1/4 inch of soil to plant in. 1/4 inch. That's a curse. Bro, if you didn't think that was a curse, for me that is a curse, right? But how do we plant? We have to do a lot of work. We have to have trenches and holes dug to plant in. Okay? That's a curse. Curse shall be the land, right? That's what the fruit of thy land. That's the one I'm pulling out right there. Now even the flock of thy sheep, is a challenge, as I do have sheep. It's a challenge to get the sheep to feed them right. Right now we have the vegetation that grows on its own. A lot of it is toxic to the animals. So again, that's a curse. And even though I am following the commandments and the precepts and the law, imagine you if you're not. Okay? Cursed shall thou, and this is Deuteronomy 28 and 19. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out. Just in general, just generalizing. You know how you feel when you feel like the whole world against you? That things would not go right because they're just not falling into place as well as they can. That's a curse. You need to get God on your side, and He's not. And some people believe, they say because judgment is not handed out swiftly, you think that the thing ain't real. But it's so real that so many things are happening around you that you don't realize that it is your fault why it's not going in your direction the best way it can. It is your fault. And if you change your behavior, the results will change. Definitely. So I suggest that we think about our behavior and change our behaviors. Follow the laws first. That's it. Follow them. Okay. 20, Deuteronomy 28 and verse 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke in all thou seest that, and all thou settest thine hand upon unto do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doing, whereby thou hast forsaken me, says the Lord. That's what we did. What you think you're doing when you celebrate Father's Day, birthdays? You've forsaken God. You may not want to accept that, but that's what you're doing. You actually rejecting God. You forsaken God. And so this is what he's saying, because that's what happening. We live in it. We live in. Look at what's happening around your life. Look at it. Reevaluate it yourself. And I say to you, you have to make the changes to get better results. But the change starts with you, not with anybody else. Okay, husband and wife, the change starts with you, whichever one. The change starts with you. Scripture says, a wicked woman is given to a wicked man, just paraphrasing it. So if your wife is a wicked woman, check yourself. You may be a wicked man. Okay, so you need to stop being wicked. And then, somehow, some way, someday, if you think that woman is wicked, she can stop being wicked, or the Lord will remove her from the scene. That's simple. But first, you got to stop being wicked, bro. If you think your wife wicked. Now, and I read the next verse, which is 21. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until they have consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. This was a direct prophecy of the Israelites back in the day, because they just was continuing to do. So God said, listen, this was gonna happen. This was gonna happen. He telling them this all the way in. And the thing is, when you know something and still don't protect yourself, I think there's another scripture will say, if you know the thief is coming in the night, you would protect yourself. You would protect your place. You protect your stuff. Now, we were supposed to do this, but we didn't do it. We didn't protect ourselves. We did whatever we so wanted because we felt like nothing was going to happen. Judgment didn't come swiftly. So when the first person disobeyed and he didn't fall down dead, if Moses was there around, they would have died if they committed a sin unto death, because Moses would have been the person who would have unalived them. Okay, but now after that, and there's no one around to unalive anybody, so when they commit or didn't follow the way the Lord said, and then nothing happens, that's it. People get complacent in that same condition right there. They feel like, oh, nothing happened. I straight. Ain't nothing gonna happen. And so they run. They run on with it. They continue doing the same foolishness. Celebrating every year. Birthdays, Valentine's Days, Mother's Days, Christmas, New Year's, Halloween, all those things, you're celebrating them. Okay? Because when you celebrate them, that doesn't happen. But when it comes to your spirit, man, he's born in a little piece of wind to blow away like a paper. That's what's happening. And you would want to believe that you're strong in the spirit. You ain't strong in the spirit, brother. You ain't strong in the spirit system. You're a spiritual weakling if you're not following the scriptures. And that's the thing. And if you celebrate those days, you're not. I must say that's the best way I can say it. The Lord will make a pestilence cleave unto thee until thou art been consumed from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with sword, and with blisters, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. So this seemed to just be different sorts of things that would, I guess, affect our bodies, affect your mind. Shit. Okay. And they haven't, that is only thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thy feet shall be iron, and thy Salakia, and thy heaven, trying to be cool with my glasses, Salakia, I mean my shades. Okay, so, and thy heavens that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thy feet shall be iron. So it just gives you an indication that things can be rough for us. I'll get the proper breakdown on that, but it seems like it's not going to be an easy road. These are part of the curse. That's what they are. So that's part of the curse. That must be some sort of torment or punishment that we're receiving for what we've done. And thy heavens, and the Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From the heavens it shall come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. And so we need rain. As a farmer, I know how important rain is. Even though you have irrigation to water the crops, when you get that rain, you see a difference in the crop. Oh yeah, you see a difference. Definitely. There's a big difference with the rain and with the water, even from the well, the ground, because that's where we irrigate from. I mean, the city water will be chlorinated, so not even talking about the city water. I'm talking about the water right from the well, which is the water that drops on the ground and it seeps through, it's filtered by the earth, and then it goes and it collects in the ground, and then we drill a hole and we drop a pipe and then we pump it out. That's the irrigation that we use. Okay. So, and the Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. So even this is a prophecy that he would have said he would be removed. But bear in mind, you go against your enemy. This is, even though we might not experience and see the same thing here in the Bahamas, we know that we are at a disadvantage. I mean, I know that I'm at a disadvantage when it comes to the oppressor. And of course, we don't in the Bahamas, we know what's going on, but we don't really, I don't think anybody taught us before. So a lot of what I'm learning in ISUPK, the common person have not been exposed to that. The white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of. Okay? Now, so even our enemies will get the better part of us. Why is all this happening? You know why it's happening? Because you celebrated Mother's Day. Okay? I saw just a sidetrack a second here. One of the movies, the guys, they don't use the phone, and he used the phone, and so they were running away, and he blew up the whole place. And he said, "So why you blow up the place?" He said, "Because you make a phone call." Okay, so we must follow what the Lord say to do. There's no getting around it. If we don't, we find ourselves we're there now. We are right there, and we at the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we're trying to pull you out. We're trying to pull you out of the world. We're trying to pull you into the truth. Like Captain Cesariak slapped that brother into the truth. You need to be slapped into the truth. So we're trying to pull you out of the world and pull you into the truth. But we can only show you the way. You must walk therein. You must. And this way that we show you, you must be willing to do this when you are by yourself. That's where you're going to be building up this spiritual power. Because if you could only operate in the midst of the brothers, then you're not going to develop that power. You're going to be tossed to and fro when you're not around the brothers. So I say to you, develop that strength. Make sure that you develop the power to stay ahead of any demonic influence or attack. You don't even recognize them sometimes. Becoming more spiritual, you would start to recognize the demons that continues to bombard you, to bother you. You'll be able to identify them. And of course, being able to identify, you'll know how to react, how to respond, how to move, okay? How to act. You will know that because you will know them. But like I said, the Lord said, have no other God before me. Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. And if we start participating in godly practices toward any other individual or ourselves, this is what we do. We are putting another God before him. I know you might not, we didn't teach that. So you're saying, no, I'm not. But you are. What other worship do you worship? That same worship that you're giving yourself or people giving you is the same worship they give to God, right around. Yes. So if that's the same worship, then you are actually putting yourself on par with God. God can destroy you. Okay? God can destroy you. Because you're not following the precepts. Okay, so this is that Mother's Day, and thank the Lord we to the end of that day. That day is going to be behind us shortly. Of course, I think I've been in the truth now for this is the third year. This is my third Passover I just attended. So people don't ask me any more stupidness with birthdays and Mother's Days and Christmas and New Year's Day celebration and Halloween. They don't ask me that anymore. Okay, we're already beyond that. I'm not saying that they ain't catching feelings over it, but then. And you need to be the same way. Practice. I say that, the main, just like the Nike sign say, just do it. Just do it. Follow the days verbatim and watch your spiritual strength increase. Once you do that, it will increase. That's as simple as you stop eating some of the things the Bible says not to eat. Your spiritual strength will increase. So that being said, I'm going to wrap it up right about there. Since you got any question, hope I put you to sleep. So lock here. You must be was muted. I see your mic came off of mute, but I didn't hear anything. I don't know. I see it again. Anyway, I can take that to say you ain't have no questions because I did see your mic come off twice. But still, that seemed to be a problem on your end because I didn't hear you. But nevertheless, thanks for joining the class. That being said, this is the security announcement. New rules for brothers and sisters. At least we at ISUPK started out from 1 West 125th Street under commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves off the world. After a 6-month period, if a brother or sister have a particular interest in one of the other opposite sex, he or she must get a permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. Then there's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. And then after this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find it, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. it is pronounced Ma'ashura, and it's 10%. 10% of any increase that the Lord gave you, give it to the Treasury Department or the teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests is free will offering is not mandatory for priests. Whatever amount you'd like to give, you can. Upcoming Holy Convocation be in the time of the first fruit. I think it's 50 days after the Passover, which I think ends, if I'm correct, June the 8th. I'll have to double check that and write that down. I think that's the time. So we're in the first fruit period. Remind Akim and Aquatium to check the social media, ISUPK.com, for events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he should start wearing all black. That means that includes black boots, black shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, I'll say Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh by Barakatah to all the brothers, Yahweh Shema, Alatam by Hashem, Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. Sister Tisha, I couldn't hear you, so obviously I wouldn't be able to hear you now as we close out. So with that being said, Shalom, class dismissed.
Your mama's call us vagabond, so you won't hang with us. But I bet you hear me if I speak in your own language.
Live it, 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 live
I
it.
remember the days when y'all was picked on. I remember the days when y'all was shitted on. I remember the days when y'all stood alone. I remember Rachel, the baddest Haitian in my project home.
Man, yeah. Yeah. Hey yo, my regiment is wake up in the morning, pissing excellence. Think you fucking with me, then you must be on that mescaline. Every track is evidence, it's evident. All these rappers are relevant. Kill them all and never show no sentiment. Me to touch the microphone for pro bono, show me the Benjamins. Only politicians that useful a dead president. Cash rules everything around me, get the Entenmann's. And I'm charging you double if you're an Eminem or Kevin Federline. It's for my son's benefit, so every track is eminent. Bear witness to this testament. Round here, I'm working harder than a bunch of Mexicans. First mixtape, and I'm sounding like a veteran. Leave them feeling like they were drawn straight off of heroin. Greatest of all time, there ain't many that's better than. We won't lie, them kids from the Lost Tribe. Dawood Don Katazai, reppin' for the most high.
I too bomb atomically, raps anomaly. I'm a prodigy of prophecies, theories, and philosophies. I gotta be the only man alive with these qualities. And I don't wanna brag, I want my people out of poverty. So burn down Sodom and all its wicked societies. And free us from the white man's democracies and policies, economies and colonies, monopolies, apologies. Fuck it, free from the white man entirely. I'm diabolical from my follicles to my molecules, unstoppable. Got all my enemies in my optical, methodical. The way I'm eliminating these obstacles, this is what I gotta do. Never has it been optional. My words are a weapon. You other rappers is kinda hype, but I'm the type to grab the mic and charge it into dynamite and smite any rapper that be biting like a parasite. If I don't get you now, then I visit you in the afterlife. Shut the fuck up.
Come on a little louder.
Just shut the fuck up.
Everybody in together now.
Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up.
What's that I didn't hear you?
Just shut the fuck up.
Come on a little louder.
Shut the fuck up.
Everybody in together now.
Just shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up.
ISUPK.